Israeli troops were seen continuing to operate inside a UN demilitarized buffer zone between the occupied Golan Heights and Syria on Friday. The buffer zone was established after Israel seized the Golan Heights from Syria in the 1973 war. Following last week's overthrow of President Bashar Assad, Israel moved its troops across the so-called Alpha Line established with the 1974 ceasefire. Israel has also been striking targets inside Syria. Israeli Prime Minister Benjamin Netanyahu said strikes are necessary to keep the weapons from being used against Israel following the Syrian government's collapse. The United Nations Secretary-General Antonio Guterres condemned all actions violating the 1974 ceasefire agreement between the two countries that remains in force. The UN chief called on the parties to uphold the agreement and end all unauthorized presence in the area of separation and refrain from any action undermining the ceasefire and stability in the Golan Heights, the spokesman said on Thursday. Some Syrians who participated in the 2011 uprising against the regime of former leader Bashar Assad were slowly returning to their cities, friends, and families. The Syrian government fell early Sunday in a stunning end to the 50-year rule of the Assad family after a sudden rebel offensive sprinted across government-held territory and entered the capital in 10 days. In the Baba Amr area of the city of Homs, many welcomed the fall of Assad's government and hoped it would be an opportunity to start life anew. Ahmad Hassan Naimi was a protester at the start of the uprising in 2011, British broadcaster Sky News reported. He was jailed and then fled Syria after his release, but has now returned after Assad fled the country to Russia. "I still can't believe it, I am still saying hello to everybody. I'm seeing my mother for the first time in 14 years, he said, surrounded by his relatives. Abu Faras was 22 when he deserted from the Syrian army and joined the Free Syrian Army in 2011. In recent days he returned to the streets of Homs where he and other journalists and reporters took refuge trying to hold off Assad's forces. There were only a few of us, and even our weapons were limited, he recalled. It took barely 10 days for Syria's insurgents to march from their stronghold in the northwest into Damascus and bring an end to the Assad family rule. Every step of the way brought moments that would have been unbelievable only days earlier. First to fall was Syria's largest city, Aleppo, with a swiftness that may have amazed even the fighters. More towns and cities fell like dominoes in the following days, including Hama and Homs. Overnight Saturday into early Sunday, the fighters marched unopposed into their greatest prize, the capital, Damascus. Assad and his family fled, ultimately taken in by his ally Russia. The insurgent takeover has pushed the country into the unknown. There is potential for more chaos with jihadi militants hoping to seize power and the possibility of conflicts.
هلا اجى شفت اني بعد 12 سنه يعني 14 سنه رجعت على بيتي ليك بيتي مهدود. يحاول يحمي الناس طبعا اماكن العالي كذا كان ياخذ الجيش بحيث اذا صار كنت منشق كان عمري بوقتها 22 سنه. لا كان العدد خفيف حتى السلاح خفيف جدا يعني كان الأعداد قليلة جدا.